Title: The Journey of Meaningful Connections, a Zen Story of Spiritual Growth. Have you ever noticed that certain individuals come into our lives at crucial moments? It's as if they were sent on purpose to deliver a message or help us solve a problem. And have you ever experienced a sense of déjà vu when meeting someone, as if you had already encountered them in an unspecified past? In this video, we will explore the idea that people do not come into our lives by chance, but for a specific reason. So, sit back, relax, and join us until the end, as the profound insights you are about to hear will deeply impact you. But before we begin, please consider subscribing to our channel, turning on notifications, and sharing this video. By doing so, you will help us create valuable content for your spiritual growth every day. Once upon a time, in a peaceful Buddhist monastery, the elderly monk Hotoka was meditating under a blossoming cherry tree. A young man named Hiroshi approached him respectfully and asked, "Master, sometimes I meet people and feel a positive connection, as if I had already met them or as if we share a deep affinity. Other times, however, I feel a negative sensation, as if that person has come to harm or damage me. This restlessness makes me wonder, do people come into our lives by chance?" Hotoka fixed his piercing eyes on the young man and replied, "Young friend, people never enter our lives by accident. This truth runs deeper than we can imagine. In life, we encounter different individuals, each with their own place and role in our story. Some come and go, while others stay and accompany us through various periods of life." Hotoka slowly stood up and pointed to the blue sky above them. "Look at the birds, young friend," he said. "They do not fly by chance. They are carried by the currents of the air, just as we are carried by the invisible forces of existence." Hiroshi contemplated the birds flying across the sky, trying to grasp the depth of the wise master's words. Hotoka continued, "Imagine your life as a garden. Every person who crosses your path is like a seed planted by destiny. Some grow into colorful flowers that bloom for a season, while others become mighty trees that endure over the years. Each person brings with them the promise of new growth." Hiroshi nodded, reflecting on the various flowers and trees he had seen blooming along the path of his life. Hotoka continued, "The people who challenge us are often our best teachers. They are like sharp stones on our path, and despite the pain, they teach us to grow and find our inner strength." The young monk closed his eyes, reliving the challenges that had tempered his soul over time. "And then there are those who appear when we need them most," Hotoka said, pointing to a majestic tree, "just as the roots of this tree support it on stormy days. These people support us in difficult times." Hiroshi thought of a person who had been his refuge during a very delicate period, a solid anchor in the midst of a storm, a person who, after that period, left his life, even though he would have still wanted her by his side. Finally, Hotoka concluded wisely, "Some remain with us forever. They are like fixed stars in our sky, bright and constant. True friends, family members, or soulmates. With them we share the burden of our days and the joy of our successes." The young monk smiled, feeling enveloped in gratitude for the special people he had met and had by his side. Hotoka looked up at the sky, and a subtle light danced in his eyes. "Recognize and appreciate every person who crosses your path, young Hiroshi. Each one is an essential part of your story, and you are a part of theirs. Life is an intricate web of destinies, and each encounter contributes to the fabric of your existence." Hotoka added that there are fundamentally three types of individuals. First, there are those who support us on the path of our evolution, pushing us to overcome limits and reach new levels of awareness. Second, there are those who bring a breath of renewal to our inner world. When we cross paths with these individuals, we immediately perceive that the universe is weaving an intricate web. The plans hidden in these meetings remain shrouded in mystery, but we can be certain that something within us is destined to undergo eternal transformation. And then, Hotaka continued, there are the individuals who encourage us to continue. This particular category of travel companions may only accompany us for a brief moment, but their role is crucial. They remind us of the true nature of our path, strengthening our determination to move forward. The Master's words resonated deeply within the young novice, who, in the following years, continued to follow the path illuminated by Hotaka with steadfastness. Every encounter, whether with a casual passerby or a lasting life partner, became for him a precious piece in the mosaic of his existence. Through the challenges and joys, Hiroshi learned that every person and every experience brought with them a hidden gift, a precious teaching that contributed to his growth and spiritual fulfillment. As time passed, the novice himself became a senior monk with wise eyes and a grateful heart. In his role as a spiritual guide, he shared with the young monks the profound truth taught to him by Hotaka. Life is a constant flow of meaningful encounters, each of which contributes to the unique beauty of our existence. In conclusion, this story teaches us that every encounter, regardless of its duration or intensity, contributes to the richness of our existence. Life is a wonderful journey of discovery, and each person who crosses our path brings with them a unique gift. Sometimes these people stay, sometimes they leave, and sometimes they behave in ways that force us to make difficult decisions. What we need to understand is that their work is done because one of our needs or desires has been satisfied. Therefore, in a world where people's paths cross and separate like branches of a tree, true wisdom lies in opening your heart at every encounter and learning from the lessons hidden in the folds of destiny. As we move towards our life goals, even difficult challenges and trials always await us, and it is precisely in these moments that the universe sends us people who give us the courage to face these challenges and overcome the obstacles. Their support and encouragement inspire us and give us the strength to move forward in the dance of life. Hotaka told the young novice, every encounter is a musical note. Listen carefully to the melody that is revealed through the people who cross your path. Find beauty in the harmony of human connections. Remember, whether it is a love or a special friendship, or even an acquaintance who touches our path, an encounter can change us forever. Once upon a time in a monastery village, there lived a sage who possessed a precious gem. One day, a cunning man approached him, praising his wisdom and asking to admire the gem. While the wise man showed the gem, the scoundrel distracted him with cunning speech and exchanged the gem for a shard of glass. The wise man realized too late that he had been deceived and had no way of recovering the gem. This incident taught him the importance of recognizing manipulation and protecting oneself from it. The sage continued to explain that those who seek to destroy us will use cunning and tricks to distort reality and deceive us. We must learn to recognize the subtle games of manipulation in order to protect ourselves and our inner truth. The disciples began to reflect on the times they had been manipulated and the importance of being vigilant. The sage then told another story to illustrate the second sign of destructive criticism. He spoke of a flower garden where the plants were constantly trampled upon, causing them to wither and dry out. He emphasized that those who wish to destroy us will use derogatory words and constant judgments to undermine our self-esteem. It is crucial to distinguish between constructive criticism, which helps us grow, and destructive criticism, which aims to undermine our trust. Next, the sage introduced the third sign of social isolation. He spoke of a beloved fisherman in a small village who was gradually isolated by false stories created by an envious individual. As a result, the fisherman lost many friends and customers, and his life changed drastically. The sage explained that those who wish to destroy us will try to separate us from others, creating divisions and spreading suspicion. To prevent this, we must cultivate strong connections, present an irreproachable image of ourselves, and resist attempts at isolation. The fourth sign the sage discussed was defamation. He shared a story of a respected merchant whose reputation was undermined by unfounded rumors, spread by a malicious rival. As a result, people began to stop buying from him, leading to the closure of his shop. The sage emphasized the importance of defending our reputation with truth and transparency, ensuring that defamatory lies do not resonate with others. The sage then spoke of the fifth sign, sabotage of opportunities. He described a craftsman who was constantly sabotaged in his work, preventing him from achieving success. The sage explained that those who wish to destroy us will create obstacles and impediments to damage our opportunities. To protect ourselves, we must remain vigilant, surround ourselves with trustworthy individuals, and keep our ideas safe until they are realized. The sixth sign the sage discussed was the violation of privacy. He shared a legend of a keeper of ancient secrets who was targeted by someone envious of his knowledge. The custodian remained vigilant and protected his treasure, emphasizing the importance of safeguarding our privacy and carefully selecting the people we allow into our lives. Lastly, the sage introduced the seventh sign, espionage. He spoke of a virtuous warrior who was targeted by spies sent by a rival. The warrior, with keen intuition, discovered the intrigues and repelled them. The sage warned that those who wish to destroy us will use devious means to observe our every move.